Hey guys. Wait, I don't know if it's working, but it probably should. Wait, I will quickly check. Alright. Is this working properly or? Yep, should be working fine. Welcome to part 2 of Doki Literature Club Pillow stream. As you can see, I'm using a different model. That is because Sophia or Pixel isn't here today because she's busy with something. So I'm trying to stream on my own, which I hope. Can you shut up? Sorry. Well, let's just get into this. Wait. Yep, this is where we're gonna. Yeah, I know. Well, since Sophia isn't here, I'm going to be voice acting all of the characters by myself, and in the stream I will try to finish the first act. And in the second stream, we will, if Sophia or Pixel will be here, we'll start with Act 2 and maybe also start Act 3 and the last act where Monica isn't there. If you're actually new to Doki Literature Club, then I probably spoiled a lot to you, or maybe I don't know. Yeah. A sad poem can help. Wait, I should. A sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And like a nice, happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. Eh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Sophie. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my flap like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pull one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amnets. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret It's hiding in the nooks of crannies. Digging and digging, scrapping and scrapping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I end up, and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy falling shards, all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, bleating, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did! Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. You should be more proud of it.
Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always a bit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if it's one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. And now we're showing it to Yuri. Wait, I'm gonna quickly read the chat. Hello to everyone who's here. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? So Vindy, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really want to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer her patience. So I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing with anyone? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of the night, while I was slicing bread for my quick snack. My attention was caught off by the scuttling of a raccoon outside my window. Můžeš prosím sklápnout? Excuse me? That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, and I said cautious while aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, my urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glints in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement.
Scorpion!
I apologize for that. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if it takes it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me and do indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep that to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything more like that, Sylvandy? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I had learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I made me ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Sylvandy. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much for the fest. We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've been designing some pamphlets so we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you guys heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica! Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Zero's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Zeri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
What? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys!
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. Thank you, Sophia. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we star the event and each put a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right.
And if those reasons that we're all in this club today, don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them and to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes it standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over with it.
Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice.
That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh.
It'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event.
I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way!
Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook and to the specific poem that she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sarah looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. I don't really know if I read that right, but okay. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a deep breath and smiles.
That was good, so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set up a good example. Hello to person who met me in one of Paige's live streams. Are you ready to go next, Yuri? I'll go next.
What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called Afterimage of Crimson's Eye. Yuri's voice shakes at the start of reading the poem, as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she so suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quavering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into her whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildering even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards. And we give Yuri a recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This poem is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggle.
Yuri.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way.
I see. Okay then.
Yuri begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem is aimlessly cheery, like Yuri is. It's sincere and bittersweet. Serene and bittersweet. I can't read. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Yuri's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Yuri meant when she said she's like my poems. She liked my poems. I don't know what I'm reading, It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even so many liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poems that wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know?
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Sophindy. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I'd as well let Sophindy lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki!
It's fine. I might as well get over with it. Muszę posłuchać już szkoła streamuj. but it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah, I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a deep breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthusiastic. Her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She husks back into her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say? You'd better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, it's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have a weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait.
I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find some enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica. Of course we want to impress Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Sophie. You don't have to say it.
Whatever. Let's go already. I will come with Sayori once more. Even though it's been only a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on a spot here. Well, I like all the girls, but we're going for Yuri, so, walking with Yuri, huh? What does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... And isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it.
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trade falls off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's what I said. There's no point in speculating. And again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're willing to help out for the festival too. Musisz przestań? A wypadnie z mojej postawy.
I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great.
Eh? Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki?
Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound a little bit like Sayori all of a sudden.
Monica, do you know she had fried squid?
Squid? That's a very specific thing to look forward to.
Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people?
Eh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people?
Because it's right in your name. Monica!
Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Eh? Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri or Sayori's anyways.
Excuse me? Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sarah's sitting at the desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face.
Eh?
You're spacing out again.
Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go to talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see?
Siri shows me a big smile.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with others.
Well, alright. If you say so. worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back, back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already spread. Dispersed. I can't read. With everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed nothing about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must have been spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. So, Findy, what's up? Hey, this might be a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a little bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you so, Mindy. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so drop it off now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time meeting up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Sophindi. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been much happy ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside her head. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not anything different now that it always has been. You're so funny, Sophindi. Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just the way she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you shouldn't be. So you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her. So try not to think about it for now. All right. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri's peering at me over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never seen Yuri approach anyone to start conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. No, by now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be left alone in your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping it to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. Alright. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. So, Fendi, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries aren't told, even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that. She would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off the things, this whole thing away anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Yuri. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Eh? I didn't write this for everyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Sofindi. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Zero cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Hi, Sophie. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform for at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would make me so happy. It'd make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I'll Monica take a poem I'm holding in my hands. Your soul's gotten refined, Sophie. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of new things. A lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I heard her say some words that these past couple of days that she talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... It's awfully suspicious, you know? Spending time with her in the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know? Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I don't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. The beautiful lady has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever south. Here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with a little hope, knowing the legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The lost dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow, I fall. And I fall and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look in her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount of nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we only seek the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical. I can't read. English is my native language, okay? Not to get too but it was kind of on my mind. So that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't we wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in this club prefers spreading about things that are more sad and happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really I can't read. Disheartening. I can't read. Okay, to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much effort, so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or bad, okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, no thanks.
Huh? You didn't even?
Next!
Okay. So, Findy, your writing has only improved in these last 3 days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did become naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? You gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought I would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you're never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame, maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiled sadly. So, Findy, during lunchtime, I ain't by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Sylphindi. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now. Then I started sharing it with you. That I really understood what I was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong! Sorry, Danganronpa reference. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, so Findy. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me like anyone else. Just like me. But it's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself even when, when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I'd make friends, and I would say I had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? He puts her head into her hands. But this time, she's smiling as she does. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Goes Under the Light, Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch my head. The flickering stops. The ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri, but instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poem usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with writing, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you, and I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hand and pushes them back toward me. I hesitate in response in her warm touch. You can, the poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return that favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Okay, you're free. We're all on sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second.
Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club.
Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Well, even Yuri's immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
In your books, maybe.
Look, the only thing that's different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times not to go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you to being a lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. What? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's right.
Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors.
Can you handle all of that by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted!
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sarah will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless.
No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know?
Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Mindy. I'm the one who's truly useless. True. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really appreciate that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Mike is going to give me a choice. And you shouldn't be sneering about anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would handle the baking on your own. So Fendi may not like to be around you if you make him out of reasons. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for something to...
What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Sophie to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? Not sure he's interested in.
You literally said...
I'm surprised as well.
Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can you just tell us already?
Yeah. Sophie, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course I'm going to go with you. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me?
Are you serious? Why would you?
Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean.
No! I was just saying... Ugh.
So you'll be helping Yuri, then, Sophie? Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear.
Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine.
Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we needed to go over?
Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited?
Well, excited may not be the right word. But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit.
Do you feel the same way, Sophie?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested in to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me.
What about you, Natsuki?
Natsuki.
What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything.
No. That's not what I mean at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Sophie picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so...
I get it. I'm kinda surprised though.
Why?
Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden.
I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki is the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken away back by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of it, nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event.
I believe you. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head on.
Alright, let's get out of here then.
Everyone picks up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realize that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. If you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. Which is definitely not my room. I mean, I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Sophie. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something.
Wait, you didn't actually think about that, do you?
I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reasons you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I wanted to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Huh? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out of the door, and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. You're going to be going to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof, even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. There's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I want to be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert, and I can also imitate person in general. And also an intimate person in general. Sorry for reading this wrong. I can't read. Shut up! There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She's been extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feeling aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her room, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Sofindi. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and the wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly want to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how do you know that? Sorry, had already left by the time I decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. So it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sari stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sari smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Sylphindi. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decides to have come over today. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. He just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no one explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sarah gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Sylphindi. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. Are you seeing it for the first time? Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Sylphindi? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had a really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into and caring into waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I have known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Eh? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed by It's almost feel like I've been betrayed by your close friend. Because if I knew, I wouldn't have done anything. I would have done anything to support you, even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Sylphindi. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Having everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get close, with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear is going through my heart. So that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right, I don't understand. I don't understand your feeling at all, Sayori. What you're feeling at all. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Sylphindi, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time I put it into a tight embrace.
Zolfindi.
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Zolfindi.
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No, don't do this to me. Please, don't do this. Zolfindi,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Zolfindi.
The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I feel in pain.
But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too.
Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow.
Yeah. It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that'll be nice then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you do that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out?
It'll be fun.
To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today.
You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On my way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. We're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be more common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff here with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so it's very considerate for you to do. No, I wouldn't. It would be really embarrassing for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched your wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. Let's go off yours. I let go of your wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly on her lap, as if making sure she doesn't keep track. She's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enchantments. Atmospheric enchantments? You know, mood lightning, at aromatherapy candles. Oh wow! I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? Makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. Let's go to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the window with black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's the wooden thing about, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oil. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oil or herbs you choose, you can change the mood in the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to sprout through a small hole on the bottom. Wow, that sounds wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is jasmine essential oil. It smells like sweet flowery. It smells like sweet and it's a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I choose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You'll feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? Does it? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this. So I'll trust your option with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are these for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for the origami. what I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will these be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon and hang them from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons and create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little sense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is this me, or is she more relaxed when it's just two of us? Or maybe it's just the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Selfie. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sing on the floor together. The two of us get to work. I carefully draw different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into a bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle that has an intricate pattern of waves attached into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's not ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at... No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah. It's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel like I felt the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Sophie, why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a close look. She stares at it noticeably. If you're squinching, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Definitely not weird at all. I'm not reading that. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head and her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird. and it took me by surprise. But I guess he was just trying to help, right? I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. Hope she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon. Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I think I'm bad. Nope. 70! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yeah, now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. And that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Stephanie. I know. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I actually needed one. I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it ought to stop bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knives cut through the river like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I'll continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as the door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you feel like it's too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use a small plastic bathroom cup rather than fully sized glasses. I put them on a plate and catch any paint that drips. Then bring it back into the room. Yuri? Yes? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Definitely cutting herself. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we'd do something simple, and that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise and daytime, and then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational cross across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What do you want? What are you going to write? Well, it will be the most fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me, if you say so. After unrolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on the opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels so childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops spinning for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person, even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, when simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. Yes, I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiled gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head bump into hers. Yeah, sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hand by surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just stabbed me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. No, it's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and cheeks. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry. It's totally my fault. I'll get the towel right away. I rush out to fetch a small towel, and I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back and down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's odd. I wasn't expected. Sorry. I don't want to use cold water. I'm finished. I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Huh? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's cheek. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she's reading her books. Shh! Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thought. She reads gently up through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrap around my wrist, send a tingling sensation from my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment it was over, as soon as it began, Yuri picks up her paintbrush, but her movement seems clumsier, like she's unable to focus. Shh! I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it is pretty and natural looking. It's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the letters now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. But won't it take that? Well, perhaps it'll be best to leave it here, and then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the letter in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? It's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's something more for us to do here. Ew. You say it like you're glad it's over. Well, was I wrong to assume you were at least enjoying yours? Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would get extra time after finishing the work. Well, you really thinks yourself. I think it would be too responsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we've got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Getting all her things, Yuri seems to look a little more downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with a friend in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri backs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. Kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out so much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Sophie. Yuri takes a deep step closer to me, and briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori! Eh? Hi, Sophie. Sayori, just now we weren't... It's okay, Sophie. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's so bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Zero beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears starts to fall down to Yuri's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Sophie? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Mushi just said, Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Sophie. If I wasn't here, then you would have to waste your sympathy on me. You would have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden on your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any pain anymore. But Sarah looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Sophie. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might be like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you so much. I did this to myself. Sophie, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slid my hand down Sayori's arm and squeezed her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings. I know that what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori, I love you. Eh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. By spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. So Findy. Aww. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. So Findy, is this really okay? Yeah. Held Sayori in my arms and pulled her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you so, Findy. I love you so, Findy. I want to be with you forever. Me too. The Arceus grip around me weaken a bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, so Findy. It's okay, Sayori. It might take more time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I'll trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it all it has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. Well, go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Sophindy. Sarah gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Eh? I don't understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I feel like a bunch of thorns when I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. I know you know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expect this to be one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I consider going to her house to wake her up, but decided that it's a little too much. Meanwhile, all the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up and to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over, so I can spend more time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. I know, but knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. So, Findy, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing a little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You'd think that on days like this important, she'd try a little harder. I said it, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. I suddenly feel awful knowing that it's not nearly simple for that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yes, you should. You should take a little responsibility for herself, Indy. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm a club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I'll flip through the pages. Shh! Each member's poems is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Yuri's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Percent. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. Well, the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. So, Fendi? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Yuri's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Shh! Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and to what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori! She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Well, můžete přestat? Smrdění. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy! Sklapně to! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Vložte hobo!
Já máš streamovat.
Kámoška to chce, ona jí chce jebat.
Já nestreamuji teďka s kámoškou, teď streamuji sama, tak vypalte a držte huby!
Okay.
Zmrdí jedni zasraní. I gently open the door.
Idziemy wejść. Posudzienne, żeby ja jaka słodka była.
Ona jak skakać lidem.
Teď to uklidź.
A wy to sprawdźcie. Zmrdí. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sherry wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best for her, and I know everything will be okay, and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Oh boy, you're wrong. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Something in my life is worth more than hers. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can't never take it back. Never, 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 never. And this is the end of Act 1. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my I think third stream. Holy shit, we're streaming for 2 hours. Only 2 hours? I thought it was at least 3 hours or 4. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye!